Happy holidays, Rebel Scum. It's that special time of year. Yes, it's time for Holiday Edition Black Series figures. Well, we got some new additions this year featuring a Stormtrooper and an Astromech. Uh, this one has been done several times already, but we have a new combination and is looking like a reindeer this time. And then we have some little porg friends in there. And then we have an Astromech. Really excited about this one. I just love the props, a little baby Santa Yoda in there, and then this little hat and beard, which I think is a fun combination. But let's just get right into them and check them out. All right, I kind of think we're in our fourth or fifth year of these guys at this point, so getting running out of some holiday ideas, but I think this one's a little bit novice for us. It's a reindeer. These are kind of like felt. They are not hard plastic, so they're just kind of look like they're glued on there almost. He's wearing a little, I guess, a bell, but it's the Death Star, if you could see that, so that's kind of cool. But it's your typical Stormtrooper. I think these are based on the Mandalorian Stormtrooper molds, if I'm correct here, because they redid that mold when they launched those a couple years ago. He comes with, I want to call it the Nerf Blaster, here with the blue with the orange tip on it. It really looks like the Nerf Blaster version of the E11 Stormtrooper rifle. He has a little snow porg here. He kind of looks like a frosty little snowman kind of look to him with the coal on the buttons there. And then he has a, I want to call it, maybe it's a Ghost of Christmas present porg or something. I mean, he's a little holographic like porg, so interesting to have a holo porg, but that is his other accessory there. So that's really it to him. He's just your basic Stormtrooper with the little paint scheme here, reindeer stomach white, and then this little bell on there. Could have given him a little red nose, made him Rudolph, but that is our Stormtrooper for this year. And then we have the Astromech. So you can see him in this little kind of Santa, kind of nutcrackerish paint scheme here, where he does have the Santa belt, and he has the gold dome, kind of reminds me of the Nutcracker a little bit. His friend is going to be Grogu in a Santa gear. We've had Santa Yoda before, so why not Santa Grogu? He has a little candy cane here that he could eat. Let's see if we get this in his hand. I wasn't sure if it would allow me to grip it or not. Looks like he can. Oh, barely get it in there, but he comes with a little candy cane. Now the Astromech being an Astromech has the attachments on here, so I think if you look at the, let's try to see if we get the doors open here. Now I'm not sure if this is based on the new R2 mold or the previous ones, so the little panels do open. I always had problems getting these out. So these do come across, they open. These side ones should open here too. Let's see. Let's see, the third leg looks like it comes out. Yeah, I am bad at doing the droids. It looks like you could get this third leg out. I just can't. There it goes. So you can get the third leg out. I can't get the door open, but I think if you do, then you could put the arm in there to have the gold arm. I am just bad with the Astromechs. I feel like there should be like a push release on these things, but yeah, there we go. Then you can stick the arm in here, and then you could have that additional attachment. And then of course, the side covers come off, and you can put the boosters on it, and they have that gold and white scheme as well. So you could do that. But the real star accessory here is going to be the beard and hat. So there's a little plastic mold in there to keep the shape for the package. But then we get this on here, and let's see how he looks. To turn the head forward. Yeah, I guess if that's his eye, you could sort of get that going there. It doesn't slip down much further than this. Oh, wait, I get it. If I push it a little bit, yeah, it's about as much as I'm going to get it to go down there. So he could have a little bit of a Santa look, which is kind of fun. I'm thinking back to like the original old school 3 3/4 holiday figures where he had antlers. That was pretty cool. And C-3PO was the Santa. But this is your Santa D2. Santu D2, I'll call him. So pretty nice. And then we have our reindeer trooper. So the official names, of course, for these ones are they're just Astromech Droid and Stormtrooper Holiday Edition. They haven't really tried with the names. I've been very disappointed because it's easy to come up with some names for these guys. But I would call them Santu D2, and I don't know. This one will probably be a combination of some of the reindeer, but a reindeer trooper. I mean, they could just call them reindeer trooper. Anyway, that is your holiday edition figures for this year, 2025. Let's take a quick recap of all the ones we got to date. So this marks our 19th, 18th, and 19th additions to the Holiday Edition Black Series line. Quite extensive at this point. You can see here we have a couple of creatures. So we've had Ewoks, Jawa, we've had our Snow Wook, or Abominable Snow Wookiee. I love that. A couple of Mandalorians over here. A ton of different troopers. Only one stormtrooper, so this is our second stormtrooper in the line. We have a couple of the First Order troopers in here. Those were quite extensive when the movies came out. We have a couple of the clone troopers. So clone trooper right here, and I think there's another one. And my favorite, the Frosty the Snow Trooper. There were a couple of snow troopers you could see, and then we had some one-offs like a scout trooper, a range trooper, a purge trooper. But we've only had, before this one here, we've only had two droids. We had a KX and then a protocol droid. Holiday Edition. So this is our first astromech droid in Holiday Edition, our Sand 2D2 or whatever we want to call him. So that's pretty cool. And then we have our second stormtrooper in the line, which looks a lot more holiday than the hero one, was just wearing an ugly sweater. So interesting. So he's much more holiday in that respect. But you'll notice it's either aliens or humans in armor or robots. There's been nobody out of armor. Oddly enough, we haven't had a Darth Vader Holiday Edition since the 3 3/4 line, so that'd be fun to get one of those. Yeah, really looking forward to when they add some more characters, but this is a little variety here. We're finally getting an astromech in the Holiday Edition line, and we just got another stormtrooper, which I think is much better than the last release. So who knows what's next? It could be really anything. So they just pick, but there's so many creatures you could do that you could turn into holiday versions. So I'm looking forward to that. But there you go. That's where we are this time. We're going to be hitting our 20th in our next release. So looking forward to 2026. Who knows what we're going to get in the holiday season. But for now, these are available. You get them from Big Bad Toy Store. You get them a couple places. So we'll put a link up there for you. But that is all for our look at holiday figures for the year. We're going to have more stuff to look at. So keep tuning back as we look into more of our Darth Vader build, especially, and some more reveals, or I'm sorry, some new releases in the Black Series and in the 3 3/4 Vintage Collection as well. So that's all for this time. Like, subscribe, and follow, and stay vigilant, you Rebel Scum.